Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Have you ever wondered how some people are able to achieve lots of success while others work hard but achieve little? Consistency is the key. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how to be freakishly consistent to finish anything you start. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, the power of possibility, passion, and purpose. And we're talking about consistency today because if you want to achieve anything of value and meaning in life, then you're going to need to be consistent. This could be for business, relationships, fitness, exercise stuff, you know. And I'm sure you've heard it. We've talked about a lot of health stuff, a lot of exercise stuff over the many years. And being consistent is a major part of seeing results. Now, I'll give you some tips towards the end of the show here on exercise consistency, but let's just talk about consistency in general. Have you ever asked yourself, have I been giving it consistent attention, energy, and time with whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish? A lot of times we play so many stories in our head. I'm speaking from a lot of experience where sometimes you're just planning and getting ready to get ready, but never taking action. And days and gaps of time and wasted time ends up happening that breaks the consistency. And you end up drifting off course with whatever the goals are that you're wanting to achieve. Now, Tony Robbins, he said, if we want to direct our lives, we must take control of our consistent actions. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. Isn't that's so true? I mean, even if it's investing or just saving for a trip, a vacation, maybe it's saving for a Christmas fund, building a relationship and dropping just little bitty nuggets of value or love or just recognition for people. Those things can add up. So here's some ways to consistently, freakishly finish anything that you start. And here's just a few things. One, and I think a lot of times we think these big goals and they almost just seem like walls pressing in on us. But take it in small chunks, bits and pieces, creating mini milestones that'll help you accomplish what you set out to do without feeling overwhelmed or falling behind schedule. My friend Chalene Johnson, many of you probably listened to her podcast. She always talks about this reverse engineering, these things that when you've got a big, huge goal, then you dial it back to what are the little actions or what are the benchmarks I need to hit, and then you dial it back to what are the little mini actions that I can do each day just to chip away at that smaller goal, which will lead to the bigger one. So this helps you. It takes the pressure off. It helps you stay focused and remain confident that this is something that you can achieve without it being intimidating, no matter how big the task is. Venus Williams, she said, I don't focus on what I'm up against. I focus on my goals, and I try to ignore the rest. If you know the goals and you know what all needs to be done, just chip away at it. Do the small things. Now, the next one is to constantly celebrate your victories. It's so easy for us to be super self-critical. And the problem is that when you're critical of yourself, by not acknowledging your past victories, the little things that you're doing that I just talked about, you end up getting depleted really fast, and you end up not having the motivation, because there's going to be these times where there's either this tasks or these things that you have to do that just don't seem as fun as the idea was, the novelty of when you first started. But that's where you want to definitely celebrate just little victories along the way. Revisit your past victories and that gives you confidence. It gives you stamina. It reminds you how smart and powerful you are and qualified you are. I recommend this. I did this activity a few months ago. I recommend journaling over the next month. Just a few times. Do it like for 15 minutes in the morning. And think about the times. Actually start out with, what do I know and how did I come to know those things? Or what have I done in my life and how did I come to achieve those things in life? This gives you proof and shows you that you can accomplish big things. You can do hard things. And it's those successes. Right now, you might be in kind of a funk where things just aren't clicking. But if you reflect back on other things in your life that you have accomplished, maybe it's you've bought a house, maybe you've successfully gotten a job, maybe you've gotten through college or gotten through some sort of schooling or some sort of training or earned some sort of certificate or degree, or maybe you won a tournament or accomplished a marathon or finished a 5K, whatever those things are. Those are the things that's like, how did you do that? Now, it might not seem super significant at the moment, but this is social proof for yourself that you can do big things, that you've accomplished big things in your life. So celebrate no matter how big or small the thing that you achieved. Celebration is key. The next one is to have a guide, a mentor, a coach, help you along. You don't have to do it alone. A lot of times we think we got to figure everything out, but successful people have a coach, they have a mentor, they have an advisor who has their back throughout their journey. Misty Copeland, she said, be strong, be fearless, be beautiful, and believe that anything is possible when you have the right people there to support you. The next one is to push through the storm. Life happens. You will get sidetracked. There will be barriers. There will be obstacles. Storms never, ever, ever come at a convenient time. A lot of times people are always waiting for the planets to align, right? It doesn't work that way. Success is messy. It's never a straight line from I'm going to start here, I'm going to finish here, and it's great. There's always going to be something in your way. Whether you're low on money or it's a rocky relationship or you're just not feeling as confident as you would like and you can't figure it out. It was like, the other day I was rocking it. Why don't I feel confident? Maybe it was something in the news that took you out of the game. The storm is there to test you. Hold on, stick it out, make the most of it. Have faith that sunny days are coming. And on your journey to success, you're going to get knocked down. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be rejected. You're going to have lack of time, and you might lose that confidence. So you can still cross the finish line, and just remember, when you're putting in the action consistently, you're going to cross that finish line. The next one, here's just a few more tips that come to mind. If you're going after to be 100% consistent, then you're going to end up beating yourself up for every little time that you get a little bit off track, and you'll probably quit. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. Take the pressure off yourself. We're all going to fall off track just a little bit. That happens to me with my nutrition or my fitness. I kind of get a little lazy. I kind of treat myself a little bit too often. I start to drift off course. I catch myself and get back on track. It's when you don't and you keep drifting away and don't challenge yourself on it that does that. So you want to be consistent, but just know that it isn't going to be 100% of the time. Next one is to make use of accountability programs. I love accountability programs that are like, I've done 30-day challenges, I've done 100-day challenges, not only fitness but business stuff too. And that, this goes with having a mentor or a coach idea where you've got you're challenging yourself or you're getting together with a group of people to hold yourself accountable. That helps with consistent action. I run fitness groups all the time. They're like based on either 21 days or 30 days. And that helps people stay engaged month after month toward their goals. That's why they've been able to create powerful, consistent habits. And if I might say, another thing is to be addicted to the process as opposed to the end goal. It's going to help you. It's going to keep you from burning out. The ultimate goal and strategy is just to love the journey and not burn yourself out. And if you just love it along the way and just do today, that makes the adventure all that much more fun. Now, exercise. Let me just give you a few tips. I promised you that I would give you some ones. If I were to apply these with being freakishly consistent with exercise, do shorter workouts. Hit high-intensity interval training workouts. You can do those in 15 to 20 minutes. Boom, you can have it done. Or even a 10-minute full body workout. I had a friend that did that. Actually, two friends did that for a whole year consistently. 10-minute workouts. One lost 50 pounds. The other one lost 40 pounds. And they were in shape. So that the idea with exercise is just to start small. When you're trying a new exercise habit, it's never a good idea to just commit way too much right away. Explain that to the Insanity and the P90X people. I know you people out there. You're ones that will just dive in head first. But for long-term success, and I've seen people burn out on those programs too. For small term success, just small steps is going to be the way. Well, not small term success, but small steps to long-term success is the idea that I'm trying to make there. Another one is just to find workouts that you love and commit for 30 days. That's the way I approached it. I know I was doing these 90-day programs, but I took it in 30 days chunks. I would say, okay, here's my calendar. What am I going to do for the next 30 days? And I just focused on that month. And I actually just focused on one day at a time. But in mind, 30 days, I could wrap my head around 30 days. Beyond that, it just seemed like it was going to take forever. So if I could just do this month and just take it one day at a time during that month, it just made it the process a lot better. And to schedule it daily. Show up like you would a lunch date with a buddy. And speaking of buddies, find a group, find a buddy, somebody to be accountable to. Like I said, I run one every month. I run actually two every month. So if you'd like to be part of that, perrytinsley@gmail.com. Reach out to me. I will help you out. And I think creating specific and realistic goals and shoot for just checking off that day that you showed up toward those goals is huge. I have a lot of friends out there that will overcomplicate it. I used to overcomplicate. I still overcomplicate things, but I've simplified my exercise and nutrition. But I've got a lot of people that just they overcomplicate everything that they've got to do, and they over-research stuff, and it paralyzes them because they're overthinking and they're finding this plan, and then they never get started. Just even if it's a lot of weight to lose, create realistic goals and just shoot for today and then the next day and then the next day. So if you're striving for a weight loss goal, just focus on 2 pounds at a time. That's what my friend Judy's done. She's now down, I think, 180, almost 200 pounds. Place reminders around your house for inspiration, for your goals. Maybe it's an outfit that you're wanting to get. And reward yourself when you get something done, when you've reached a benchmark. Maybe it's you lost a clothing size, or maybe it's one belt loop notch that you did, or maybe it's you got into you got more energy and you were able to walk up a flight of stairs without being winded. And keep going. If you make a mistake or have an off day, that happens. It's okay to have an off day. It is not okay to have an off week, because then that leads to off months and off years. And if you're finding it challenging to be consistent, then let's start with a simple morning routine. Download my Success Habits Master List. It's a list that's filled with consistent daily habits of successful people, packed with routines, rituals, tips, and strategies to move you from running out of time and you can't do this and you can't be consistent and you're constantly chaotically scrambling through your day, to being consistent, being clear, being focused, and fulfilled. It's totally free. You can download this at morningsuccesshabits.com. Once again, that's morningsuccesshabits.com. That's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. You absolutely rock, my friend. I so appreciate it. And if you found value, please share this with somebody you know. And thanks for subscribing and leaving an honest rating and review in your podcast app. That absolutely is amazing, and I so appreciate it. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.